Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? I keep talking about the death of the dollar, but I heard some testimony today from some whistleblowers. This thing was about 5 hours long. It was interesting. They're talking about what's really going on around the world. So you shouldn't be surprised if you start seeing the death of the dollar. According to the whistleblower, they're trying to take the United States down from the inside, and that our very own government is doing all the destroying by killing the dollar, by printing out tons of it, slowly but surely eroding away our rights. It was crazy testimony to hear. Good thing for you, I recorded it. I will let you know when I post it over there on the other platform. The things I heard were mind-blowing. It's given me a whole new perspective on what the heck is going around on YouTube, that's for sure. Before we get into all that, let's take a look at what's happening in the world of cryptos, gold, silver, and so forth. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And boy, howdy, do you want gold and silver? I can't stress that enough. Right now is a great time to be buying gold and silver. It will protect you against inflation. It will protect you against a market crisis. And it definitely is a key to your freedom. So when you go to buy gold and silver, go to our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. So this is nice. Cryptos were doing good. Then they started to go down, and they look like they're going back up today. What a seesaw. We're looking at Bitcoin at $41,510. Ethereum is at $3,081. XRP is at 75 cents. Solana is at $106.42. Nice jump. Cardano is at 93 cents. Avalanche is at $78.69. Polkadot's at $19.19. Dogecoin sitting at 14 cents. Shiba is at 4025. Polygon is at $1.42. Crypto.com is at 41 cents. Satama is at 7063. Over the past hour, though, it's up 0.1%. Over the last 24, it is a negative 4.1%. Over the last 7 days, it is a negative 18.7%. Over the last 14 days, it is a negative 36%. And over the last 30 days, it is a negative 41.7%. No love for Satama. Silver sitting at $25.09. As you can see, since it started to approach that $26 level, as of yesterday, since then, they're still continuing to smash it on down, doing what they can to keep silver from running, listening to all the experts in the field right now. And this has been going on for a while. It seems inevitable. They can only hold it down for so long. God knows when that's going to change, because just like you guys, I'm waiting for it to run up. But in the meantime, I'm still stacking gold and silver like never before, as if my life depends on it. Meanwhile, gold's sitting at $1,954.20. Just like silver got the beat down yesterday, was sitting at about $1,980. Was pushed all the way down to $1,941 and has recovered some since. Gold doesn't seem to be dropping as quickly or as much as silver is, but nonetheless, it's a manipulated field. I spoke about this briefly the other day. I was telling people the dollar is dying. That's why every time it says, hey, the dollar rebounded, it's looking stronger than before, nobody could dethrone it. They're just lying to you. Breaking ranks with the EU. Hungary says ready to pay for Russian gas in rubles. I told you, give it a couple months. There's going to be some lag time in this. Pretty soon, Russia is going to be offering gas at such a low price that people are not going to pass it up. Hungary said on Wednesday it was prepared to pay rubles for Russian gas. Breaking ranks with the European Union, which has sought a united front in opposing Moscow's demand for payment in the currency. Hungary will pay for the shipments in rubles if Russia asks it to. Putin has warned Europe it risks having gas supplies cut unless it pays in rubles, as he seeks retaliation over Western sanctions for Moscow's invasion of the Ukraine. They're not the only ones. There's a lot of other countries deciding to start doing the same thing that Russia does. They want people to pay for their goods in their currency. Look at Zimbabwe. Yep. They said, heck, we're going to start doing the same thing. If you want to trade with us, you're going to have to do it in Zim dollars. God knows they need to. Their currency isn't worth squat. I keep telling people, look, Americans' dollar is going to die. They keep going, no way, Pimpy, it's not going to happen. Oh, really? I know they keep telling you here that the dollar is strengthening, but it's crap. I'll show you yet another example that proves to you that the dollar is dying, and what you're really hearing is just BS when it comes to how strong the dollar is. Israel adds China's yuan for the first time ever while cutting back its dollar holdings in the biggest currency reshuffle in a decade. So there's another country cutting back from US dollars. If they're cutting their dollars back, that means the dollars come back to here. And if the Federal Reserve has too many dollars, guess what? It's saturated. The dollar value is no good. Now, if what this whistleblower says is true, then this shouldn't be a surprise. Their whole goal is to really destroy this country. Haven't you noticed the increase of so-called mass shootings? That should tell you what you need to know. Israel's central bank added yuan to its reserves, holding for the first time ever. Previously, the bank held only US, euros, and British pounds. According to the IMF, the dollar's share of total global currency reserves has fallen to its lowest point in over 2 decades. Global currency reserves. That means countries are dumping the dollars. So let's hear about how, I don't know, Pimpy, you're wrong. The dollar's not dying. It's never going to die. It's dying. It's being killed. Or I should say suicided. Thanks to these people who are currently in control of our government. Israel's central bank will add Chinese yuan while slashing its dollar and euro holdings in a move to diversify its reserve allocations and lengthen its investment horizons. We need to look at the need to earn a return on the reserves. Ouch. Ouch. In other words, just saying we don't trust that we're going to get any kind of returns with that US dollar. So again, we need to look at the need to earn a return on the reserves that will cover the cost of the liability. That's the deputy governor in the Bank of Israel. In addition to the yuan, the bank will also add the Canadian and Australian dollars, signaling a shift in the bank's whole investment guidelines and philosophy. Previously, the bank only held US dollars, euros, and British pounds. Israel's reserves stockpile will surpass 200 billion for the first time ever. Seems to me like countries everywhere are stocking up on their reserves. So moving forward, the yuan will take up 2% of the bank's reserves, and both the Canadian and Australian currencies have a 3.5% each, according to the bank's annual report. The new additions means the euro shares will fall from 30 to 20%, and the US dollar will fall from 66.5% down to 61%. According to the International Monetary Fund, the dollar's shares of total global currency reserves has fallen to its lowest points in over 2 decades, sparking speculation over the rise of China's yuan. China has long pushed for the yuan to supplement the dollar as a go-to reserve currency. Nobody's going to trust China. Not at all. The weaponization of the U.S. currency against Russia's financial institution means a sea change could be coming. It was going to happen anyways. So many countries were tired of the United States bullying other countries. The effectiveness of the West's sanctions against Russia has provided a wake-up call for countries seeking to reduce their exposure to the dollars, economists said. No, it wasn't just that woke them up. They just realized what it is they did to a country that they didn't agree with. Over here, they're trying to sell us a story that Russia invaded the Ukraine just because it wanted to take it over. That's not what they're saying overseas. That's why I don't just watch our news here. But for China's yuan to gain much further, other nations would have to lose trust in the U.S. economy and gain trust in China's monetary authorities. That's not going to happen. Most likely, you're going to make the SDR the reserve dollar. Challenges to the dollar have come before, but none have taken hold because when things turn volatile, the U.S. tends to be stable, so the dollar persists. Well, I don't think that's going to happen now. We'll see. We will see. So it wasn't just whistling Dixie. I told you the dollar is dying. Actually, it's being suicided by the government that's currently in power. Unless something comes around and changes things, this is going to continue to happen. Countries want to get away from being sanctioned, so they're looking for alternative ways to do trade without being punished and knocked out of the SWIFT system, just like what happened to Russia. You guys let me know what you think. Is the dollar dead? A lot of you think so, but another half of you think it's just fine. Anyways, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button if you're not a subscriber. Please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.